Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about professional transformation. So the last video of this series, and to wrap it up completely, okay? So together with me, I have my partner in crime.
Hi, hello everyone. I'm Dora.
Okay, and my partner in life as well. Okay, so Dora, and we are in this amazing place. So I'm gonna give you guys a tour. Okay, so we are in Portugal. So in the middle of the beach. Okay, it's a beach that is called Galapagos.
Actually, today it's the 27th of December.
Yeah.
And we just did 25 kilometers walking in the mountain.
Exactly.
Just behind us.
Yeah, you can take a look.
And a few minutes of yoga positions and bathing in the sea.
Yeah, we just came out of the sea.
It's very cold, the water.
No, it's
but
not.
Amazing.
It's good.
Refreshing.
Yeah, it refreshes your mind for sure. Okay, so today, and to wrap this up, as I said, so we're going to be talking about professional transformation. We're going to be covering then our journey across the different countries, okay, from Portugal up to the Netherlands, Belgium, the UK and Spain, where we live currently, okay? And also, of course, we're going to be talking about life and the profession in itself, okay? So Dora, do you want to start?
Yeah, so we decided that we are going to dedicate this video to demount some preconceptions about the countries. Because we lived there and we had the experience, and it's completely different from just going as a tourist or even reading about it. So let's start with the first. So we left Portugal and went to... Let's talk about Portugal first.
Yeah, I would say yes.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
So Portugal is known as a summertime touristic country.
Yeah, which is not completely true.
Exactly, which is not completely true. And that we are not very productive. Normally, this is an idea that the Portuguese have about themselves also.
Yeah, and there is another
due to
thing.
The economy, basically.
Yeah, there is another thing as well, is that Portugal and the south of Europe per se, it's not very safe. So that's another thing that we would like to deconstruct, and I can even start from there.
Exactly.
Like, Portugal is the third safest country in the world. Third safest country in the world. Okay.
Being the first Iceland.
Iceland and then
the second New Zealand.
Okay. So yeah.
You can come and not be afraid. People are actually very nice.
Yeah, very lovely, very helpful as well.
Exactly, and it's quite a safe country, so you don't need to be, you can walk the streets in the night
without any problems whatsoever. Okay, so you're throwing then the...
I think about the productivity, for
exactly,
example.
Talking about that.
This idea comes due to the economy. So the Portuguese economy, although in the last 4 years has been much better.
Yeah, it's grown a lot.
Exactly. It wasn't strong. And the reason why we did suffer a lot in the 2008 crisis. But of course, there is this spread out idea in Europe that we don't work enough, that we are not productive enough, and it's not true. So in Portugal, we work long hours, and we are actually work with a lot of process.
Yeah, very organized.
Exactly. The problem is I think the strategy.
The business model, no?
Exactly. The business model was not very well designed.
Yeah, thought.
Exactly.
And it's changing a lot. So Portugal is much more technology driven, much more alternative energy driven.
Exactly. Also, the brand Portugal is not, it doesn't have a big name on the market.
Yeah.
So our products are sold in
very cheap prices.
Low prices.
Yeah. Take wine.
But let's say you would buy a very good product for a very low price, and you can take the wine as an example.
Exactly. So Portuguese wine is very good. If you did not try one, I would highly advise you to do so. Okay. But for instance, if a bottle of wine in Portugal can cost roughly €5 or €3 or €4, you're gonna buy the same level of wine in, for instance, in France for 2 or 3 times the price. Okay, so that's just one example.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I don't know if there is any other idea about Portugal.
Preconcepts of Portugal, there are some, but I think those are
The main
the main
ones.
ones. Let's put it like that.
Yeah, so in here, our work experience was a lot of hours, a lot of process. Let's say we lose time in. Um, we have trouble delivering. I think that's the.
Yeah, because we are like
It's
perfectionists.
never
No.
good enough, and
Yeah.
in that sense, we should have like a limit where you say, okay, this is the time you have to make this job.
Make
But
this
we
task.
keep on going
And
till
perfectionist thing.
we think
Yeah.
the product is
I would say that, for instance, there is where the
excellent.
Dutch are very strong. No, they
Yeah.
deliver based on the timeline that they have. They are very
Exactly.
focused on efficiency, and that's how they measure efficiency. The amount of hours that they spend doing something that they, at the end they need to
course.
deliver as it stands at that moment in time.
Yeah.
So
So actually, that's the point. I think the weak point on the working in Portugal. Well, besides salaries.
yes, salaries. I
That's
would
the
say.
weakest point.
Yeah, that I would say it's not a fake news. Let's put it like that.
No.
That is for
Salaries
sure.
in Portugal are
Yeah,
really
very
low.
low in comparison to most countries. Okay, so then after that, I would say let's go to the next country, that is the Netherlands, where we
Exactly.
used to live as well. So with regards to the Netherlands, it's like there are some, I would say, preconcepts as well. So one of which is Dutch are always high, which is not really true. Okay, so yes, you can smoke a joint on specific places. That is correct. You can have that kind of business, of course. There is a lot of freedom, but you need to follow the rules. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you
I
do
think-
not follow the rules, then you are in a with a problem. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that is one of the preconcepts which is not correct in the Netherlands.
Yeah, actually, the drugs economy, let's say, it's more for the tourist. So, normally, if you go to a coffee shop, you would see tourists and not Dutch people.
Exactly.
The idea of freedom also, there is a lot of freedom in the Netherlands if you follow the rules, as Paulo said.
Yeah.
So for me, for example, my first year there, I suffered a bit because I felt I was being overlooked, or not overlooked. It's not the word.
Under surveillance.
Exactly, because people look to each other has to see if you are following the rules. So they don't need the police to check you up or the finances, because your neighbor will do that for them.
Yeah, exactly. It's,
So-
yeah, it's true. It's a very rule-based society, very focused on efficiency, very focused on balance between life and work, and which is really, really good. Okay, which is really, really nice. It's one of the countries that I would say is the best country to work,
Yeah.
in my view.
Yes, it
The
is.
best country to live would be Portugal for me.
And basically
Level
because
of
they
quality of food.
they put balance
life.
overall.
Yeah.
And that,
Exactly.
of course, makes all the difference, because you need to be productive while you're working. For them, it's not important if you just work 6 hours. It's important the work you do.
Yeah, it's
in
important
6
that you
hours.
deliver what is
Exactly.
expected. And then they are very focused also on making money, which makes a lot of sense in my view.
Exactly. And for them, it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And in that sense, they will remind you that working too many hours is not good for you. You
Yeah.
will not be productive, and you will not be efficient.
Exactly.
Although, like in Portugal or Spain or Belgium, even, they do not have
Yeah.
that frame of mind.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Like, for instance, when I was in the Netherlands, I worked in a Japanese company, aka Canon, Europe, and there was really interesting to see the clash between brackets of two different mindsets. Like, for instance, the Japanese, because Canon is a Japanese company, which work a lot and a lot of hours, which loyalty is measured on the amount of hours. And then in the Netherlands, where balance is much more important, efficiency is much more important, and delivery is much more important. So it's also an interesting difference. Let's put it like that. Okay. Then the other thing that I would actually say that I was really not impressed. Okay, I'm gonna be, and sorry to all my Dutch friends, but it's true. Your cheese is not that amazing, and your bread as
Your
well.
bread.
Yeah, honestly, it's like come to Portugal and you're gonna try amazing cheese and amazing bread.
Exactly.
Honestly, okay. It's not that your cheese is not good. It's
Yeah,
not
there
that
are a lot of
amazing. Okay.
varieties of the same cheese. That's the way we see it. Because for you it's different types of cheese, but for us it's all the same.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
we actually have a lot of differences between
Cheeses.
cheeses.
Yeah, exactly. I would say another preconcept around the Netherlands is that you guys live, meaning that the Dutch economy lives on flowers, which is completely rubbish. Okay, so Dutch, they are the third biggest producers of food in the world. Okay, which is amazing if you look at the size of the country. Okay, plus Dutch economy is very strong in terms of expats. It's very strong in terms of everything that has to do with logistics. Of course, they are the gateway of Europe. So those are and the multinational companies, loads and loads of them. A lot around energy as well. So Dutch is much more the Dutch economy. It's much more than flowers, and the Dutch life. It's much more than going to the red light district or even to smoke your joint. Okay, Dutch are very straightforward kind of people. The environment, the city are very organized, very clean. It's very easy to live in the Netherlands. I really positively loved living there. Okay.
Yeah.
So anything
Well,
else?
for me, yeah, the Holland is very the best country to work, not to live though.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's quite boring.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
more or less. Yeah,
but,
things are.
yeah, things. Well, if you like to have your life completely reviewed, well,
Yeah, with a
that's
lot of rules,
fantastic.
yeah.
You can have
Yeah.
that there. If you want to have some emotions, it's more. Well, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. Then let's go for the next country. So Belgium. Okay?
Exactly.
So do you want to start?
Yeah, Belgium is a mix basically between between the Netherlands and the French. Well, where we were in the in Flanders.
Yeah.
Um,
So they speak Dutch
Exactly.
with an accent which they call Flemish.
Exactly. So it's the Dutch part of Belgium. And we found it a cross between, although I would say the culture that has the most influence is the French culture. So you can see they unite around the table, around the food.
Yeah, they are very creative.
Exactly. They are not process based, rule based.
No, they are creativity based.
Exactly.
And they work a lot of hours as well. So nothing to do with the Dutch.
It's a mix. So at the moment we are in Spain and people completely overdo their time at work. So they would do the 10 hours a day normally.
Yeah.
Which in Belgium is not like that. So
yeah, it's not so extreme.
They more or less follow the schedule with some exceptions.
Yeah. But there is a lot of pressure in Belgium,
Yes,
work-wise.
Yes.
So I would say that the Belgium is the best country if you want to save money. Meaning, it's the country where there is such a good life balance, meaning not life balance, but economy, meaning looking at your pocket and your finances.
The ratio between what you
the cost of living.
Exactly,
yeah,
and
it's really amazing.
And your monthly costs. So it's a really good country to have your life constructed, let's say.
Yeah.
Because the money-wise, it's really good.
Yeah, and also it's like, of course, Dutch food is very good. Chocolates are amazing.
Not Dutch food.
No, Belgian food. Sorry, apologies. Belgian food is very good. The Belgian fries are very good. Not French fries. Belgian fries, very good. What I would say as well is beer. It's the most amazing beer in the world, by
they
far.
Have a lot of types of beer.
Yeah.
And it's well, you get to taste beer in the same way we normally drink wine. So
Yeah.
this beer is to go with the meat, that beer goes with the fish,
Yeah.
with the seafood, and it's really
Yeah,
interesting.
it's like exactly as Dora said. It's like, for instance, in Portugal, you're gonna find four different types of wine. No, you're gonna find red wine, rosé wine, green wine, and then white wine. Okay, and for each of those four different types of wine, then you're gonna have specific food that you can go with it. So the same in
In
Belgium,
Belgium, but
but
for
for beer,
beer,
yeah.
exactly.
Then what I would say that is also a false, I would say, meaning at least for me it was okay. Let me put it like that. When I went to Belgium, my ignorance, okay, I thought that most people were bilingual. I thought that most people would for sure speak Dutch and French, which is not true. The only region that actually speaks both languages is Brussels,
Yeah, city itself.
the city. Yeah.
So if you, well, in the borderline, you have some other cities that are more or less bilingual, small ones, but that's it. Basically, the one region speaks Dutch, the other speaks French. Although they both learn both languages, they are not used in the day-to-day life.
Yeah, exactly. And so on the opposite that what I thought is that actually in Belgium, 75% of the country actually speaks Dutch, which is completely amazing in
Exactly.
comparison to what I thought
So,
I thought that was much more
I
French
think
based.
Belgium in general, there isn't a lot of misconceptions because it's a very unknown
Country,
country.
which you should visit because it
Exactly.
has
It's beautiful.
amazing cities like Ghent, like of course Bruges. But yeah, Ghent is a city that really should go there. It's like a hidden pearl
Exactly.
of
And
Europe.
some, forests are
Yeah, exactly.
beautiful also.
Uh,
The
as
food
Ardennes,
is amazing.
the Ardennes is really good.
Yeah, and it's a very nature connected culture
Yeah,
also. So they love to, repeat the old processes, the way they do cheese, the way they do
yeah,
this,
more
the way they do
original.
that.
No,
Yeah, they are very connected to their roots,
yeah,
and
exactly.
that's really interesting.
Yeah,
When we came from the Netherlands, that was actually a clash because the Netherlands, it's
much more technology
technology,
based. Yeah, yeah.
so disconnected from the roots,
Yeah, much more like
of course.
iBooks, iPhones, and
Mainly, no?
In Belgium
Exactly.
is much more books, and people talk to each other, which are it's different.
Yeah. So, going to the UK.
Yeah, UK. Let's go.
You first.
Yeah, myself first. Okay, UK. So UK has some self-conceptions as well, or wrong conceptions. So one of which I experimented on, let's say, which I felt it several times, is everything, or between brackets, everything that is in the UK is on time. Okay, meaning trains are on time, transport as a whole are on time, which cannot be actually considered true. It's far
Yeah.
from that. Okay, so I
Mainly, they are not on time.
mainly they are not on time. Okay, so it's really, and I was going to London every day, so I know exactly what is it that I'm speaking of. Then the other preconception is that the English are very how to say negative, which is completely wrong. They are very positive, at least at our eyes. They are
Yeah.
very positive.
They
They're
always have like this, I don't know, positive attitude
yeah, completely.
towards whatever. So they do not, they are not afraid as much as if we compare it to with the Portuguese.
Yeah,
They always think everything is going to be fine.
yeah. And you have the example of the Brexit. No other country would think on leaving Europe.
Well, a lot of countries think
Yeah,
on living Europe.
but actually doing it, it's another step.
Yeah.
No, it's
But-
like and that's actually, I would say, something that the English would think on doing it. Another strange conception is that whenever we were in the UK, they always thought and speak of us as being the Europeans.
Yeah.
So meaning they don't think themselves as Europe. They
Exactly.
think themselves as something different.
As yeah. Not Europeans.
Yeah, not European.
They talk about the Europeans as not being them.
Yeah, exactly, which is a bit strange. But yeah, in the UK, life is okay. Let's put it like that. I would say that is one of the best countries for you to work if you are at the beginning of your
Yeah,
career.
exactly. They
You're
give
gonna
you,
evolve a lot. You're gonna
yeah,
learn a
they
lot.
give
It's
a lot
very
of
easy.
chances to grow.
Yeah,
They believe in you.
yeah. They are very
Um,
positive.
it's quite a good country to have your the beginning of your professional life.
Yeah,
Then when you have a family, it's not so good because
everything is very expensive. Yeah.
exactly. So having a house is expensive. Kindergarten is very expensive.
As I mentioned on another video, bring your granny. If you are
Exactly.
if you are a foreigner or an expat, bring your granny so that you have someone to take care of your children because it's really expensive.
I think when talking about the UK, I don't feel there are many misconceptions,
No,
mainly
there is not.
because probably it's the most known uh,
Country of all.
cultural
Yeah,
culture in Europe. Probably, well, at least they market it a lot,
yeah.
and in that sense, it's quite
It's a very innovative country in terms of mindset, in terms of what is it that they would like to do. Although it's very, let's say, they keep their posture, so meaning they are very polite. People even when driving, no, it's like
yeah, yeah.
when they drive, they always say
Apo-
sorry and
Yeah, because there is this. This was is out of London, of course. Mainly, the streets do not have dimension to have two lanes
yeah,
because the cars are parked there.
yeah.
So, of course, in any well, in Portugal at least, and
There are
Spain,
no hard shoulders, no,
you
so they park in the middle of the street.
that couldn't
It's
happen.
exactly.
So, because people wouldn't let you pass because they have their lane free and you don't.
Yeah.
So, but there, it's like they are always like, okay, they let you stay, so they pass, then you pass, then they say thank you, then you say sorry, then
Yeah, but
and it's the
but
whole
it
way like
works.
this.
But it works, no? It's like,
Yeah,
but yes, yeah, the UK is the country that most likely has less misconceptions. So the weather sucks, it's true, but people are
they drink a
friendly.
lot of beer.
They drink
It's
a lot of
true.
beer. Exactly, it's true as well.
The food is
Yeah,
well, they have their pubs,
yeah.
and there are some really good pies and like hunting meat, and
Yeah.
that's really okay.
I would say that the biggest misconception of the UK is that you earn a lot of money in the UK,
Yeah.
which is okay, but you have a very high cost of living. Meaning, if you compare Belgium to the UK, in a heartbeat, you're gonna earn much more money in Belgium for
Yeah.
sure. Okay, no
So yeah,
comparison.
probably you will have the same salary, but you will
Half the
spend
cost.
much less.
Saying goodbye to our
Bye to our
friends.
friends
Yeah,
that came with us, and we are spending a bit too much time
on the
on the
video, but it's for you guys, so it's okay.
Yeah. So I think we need to finish in Spain now.
Yeah, finish to wrap up.
So Spain, misconceptions of Spain.
That people do the la siesta. It's not really
Yeah,
true.
mainly people do not do that.
Yeah, and
And they do work a lot of hours.
Yeah, a lot
That's
of hours.
another misconception. People generally think that Spanish do not work a lot, and that's not true.
yeah, and then I would say that there are some other misconceptions, such as I heard on some of the countries and experience that I had, that they always think that Spanish don't work, which is not really true. Okay, so it's following up what Dora was saying. So they work a lot of hours, maybe not on the most organized fashion. Okay,
Yeah.
that is
That's
also true.
what we feel the most is the lack of process.
Yeah. In
There is a
comparison
lot
to
of
Portugal, for instance.
yeah. They
Yeah.
try to input process in their work, but let's say the client has too much
Power.
power.
Yeah.
So if the client says to the right, you go to the right. If the client goes to the left, you go to the left. And that's a real problem because you have no control over the process.
Yeah. But I think overall, there are not a lot of more misconceptions. So meaning Spain is and on this case specific, Barcelona is an amazing place to live. Okay,
Yes.
really amazing creativity, architecture, professional wise, the quality of life. It's really an
And
amazing
in
place.
Barcelona, people speak Catalan.
Yes, exactly.
So
Not
the
Spanish.
formal language is Catalan,
Catalan.
not Spanish.
Yes. that maybe is a good point to take out. And I think that's it, guys. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's
All
it.
good? Okay.
So
Take care.
have a good 2021.
Yes, enjoy and all the best, okay? We are doing this for you guys, so please do give a thumbs up if you like this kind of videos, subscribe, okay, and join us on this journey, okay? Take care. Cheers. Bye, bye-bye.